Would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkhuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh my goodness. This is going to state football tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh, here by Hadley Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will push it. And frequently becomes scoring chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in. Okay, yeah, so we must have had Ellie Meyer the previous one. So Abby Haig going to play it out, and here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Now Madeline Lewis is battling Brecklin Ellingson, and here's a possible odd man rush up the left side. Here's a shot and a goal. Ready to head down the runway here. High and then
in the gym. Monticello here getting ready to go on a run here, down 11 for the Cardinals here. It'll be super important to take care of the basketball.
3 by Evink is good, and Ellie Hommelbig has the defensive rebound for the Cardinals. Now off to Hennessy, then straight on 3 by Helscher. That doesn't go, and a good box out there as the Cardinals' Miles Gray gets the rebound. Ahead to Roderick, then out to Mason Witt, who
pulls this out over this last minute.
Yep, and now a pass gets tipped. Could be another flush. There it is.
Radio, and also with the audio and video through our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. We come to you from Arnie Bacchus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria as the Cardinals play game number 5 of the regular season in baseball. Alexandria will have its only regular season meeting with the Rocori Spartans coming up tonight. Again, great evening. You can probably dress comfortably if you're coming to the ballpark to watch the 7 o'clock varsity game. If you've got other plans for tonight, we hope you'll keep checking in with us or just stay with us for the next couple of hours, as we'll be here to describe the action with Alexandria at 2-2 on the year, facing an undefeated Rocori team which has started at 2-0. Our pregame coverage during the spring prior to our play-by-play of Alexandria baseball and fast-pitch softball is being brought to you by Juettner Motors in Alexandria, celebrating 50 years of service to the Alexandria community and the surrounding area. We've got Jackson as our KXRA radio studio engineer, and we've got a Jackson on site as well. We all know and love him as JP Boline, our morning man on our today's hit music station, Z99.3. He is a multitasker with our Layton Media family, as he's our videographer for the large majority of our Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play broadcast. So he's got video, and he's got a headset mic as well, as he's my broadcast partner for baseball and softball during the spring. And JP, I think this is the way that you and I actually got together, I want to say maybe 3 seasons ago, or maybe even a little bit longer than that. But good evening to you, and welcome to Canute and the start of our spring broadcast schedule.
Yeah, good evening. I'm excited to start another baseball and softball season here on the radio with you, D-Mac, and yeah, it's exciting. I think 3 or 4 years now. Time flies when we're having fun.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Alexandria and Rocori will be playing. Varsity games should be starting right about 7 o'clock, give or take a couple of minutes. And, the Cardinals have already been tested. This will be their second CLC game and game number 5 overall. There have been some spring seasons where opening day might be later than April 16th, but so far so good. With the Cardinals being right on schedule with the games that have come up on their slate.
Yeah, Mother Nature was nice to them for game number 1. It made them push back one more game, but they've been able to play 4 games here already in April, and I don't think since we've been doing this together, I don't think that's happened yet. So it's been a while, and it's always fun when it's a beautiful spring.
Yeah, aren't you feeling kind of good that we're actually out at Canute on this particular night rather than waiting 24 hours? I know we don't have a game scheduled here tomorrow. I know the Cardinal baseball team will be down in Wright County as the cold front is moving through, but what a weird spring it's been. We get these surges where we've got either record warmth in Alexandria today or near record warmth, and then by this time tomorrow the temperature will be roughly half of what it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take advantage of this as much as we can because tomorrow and then Saturday looks a little chilly. So, it's been a weird spring. Somehow, Minnesota spring somehow surprises us, finds a way to surprise us. So, it's been fun, you could say.
This is the first opportunity that we've had at Canute Nelson Ballpark to actually broadcast above the press box area because they have a box, if you will. I guess it could be considered a suite. Nobody was using the suite for tonight, so we asked Coach Munch ahead of time if it would be okay. The weather was going to be nice, if we could come upstairs and set up our broadcast equipment. We've got a couple of electrical plug-ins on the upper level here above the brand new press box, which is right along the first base line and everything. But what are your thoughts on the vantage point here?
It couldn't be any better. This is perfect. It's a beautiful ballpark to begin, and then, being able to just sit above that home base right there, above the dugout, it's a really nice view, and I think it's going to be a great view for the viewers, too, watching on our YouTube.
Yep, and that's one of the benefits of being where we are. If the weather wasn't great, we'd probably be downstairs inside the press box as well, which does have a couple of dedicated booths. I know JP was operating the video camera out of one of those booths for one of our broadcasts last spring, but fortunately the weather's good enough where we head into the great outdoors, and we will have some breezes. JP's dressed like it is 80 degrees and it will be all night long, and yet I've got the hooded wind shirt on, anticipating the 15-degree temperature drop before we leave the air later on tonight. I don't know if either one of us is right in our attire choice, but regardless of what we are clothed in, it's great to be with you tonight for our prep baseball coverage. The boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming help to bring you our play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal varsity baseball, with the Cardinals hosting the Rocori Spartans. We do thank Juettner Motors in Alexandria for being the presenting sponsor of our pregame show. Again, we've got Jackson as our man at master control at KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria, and we are less than a half an hour away from play-by-play. Again, a good night. Temperature right now in the upper 70s to right around 80. It's a great evening to be outdoors to watch the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. But if you can't make it to the park tonight, we hope you do the next best thing, and that's enjoy our coverage either by watching on our YouTube channel or by staying tuned to KXRA. Our first break is ahead during the Juettner Motors pregame show. When we come back, you'll hear a conversation that I put together a little while ago with the varsity baseball coach of the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria Cardinal alumnus Jake Munch is back in the dugout. He'll be along with us after these words on KXRA Radio and on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel.
Generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Juettner Motors, your best price dealer. Make your Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
How's the weather up here?
Hey,
This is good.
it's a good view. Cooled off.
You don't freeze your ass off, bro.
I got a pullover.
Who's cutting this shit? Who's cutting this shit?
I get dizzy.
What?
Oh. I get dizzy. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be listening.
The way I feel right now, I feel like you need to be all alone. So if you just playing around, you need to tell your girl to the finance home. American girls, American guys will always stand up and will always.
Perfect. I'll just get the numbers and then.
See old glory flying, the black man dead. So we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our head. My daddy served in the army, when he lost his right eye, when he blew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this vision that I love is falling under attack. The mighty sucker punch came flying from somewhere in the back. As soon as we can see, look through our big black eye, and we lit up your world like the 4th of July.
Thank you.
Put your name at the top of his list. The statue liberty started shaking wheels, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing and bell, and it feels like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you through the city of the red, white, and justice will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage. You'll be sorry that you misled. You disobeyed. Cause we'll put a boot in your ass and say American way. Put your name at the top of his list, and the statue that started shaking fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing the bell, and it feels like the whole wide world is raining down on you. I'm brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Of the red, white, and blue. Of my red, white, and blue. Feel like a highway to a rebel that's ready to run. No trespass on my water gun that I can't resist. It's just the way it is. You don't touch red, but now I won't push. A bad for me, it feels so good, and we both know I can't say no.
That's right. Forgot to mention that they're doing the test sirens for the tornado drill.
Haley called me when they did the last one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot louder here.
Right, yeah.
I told her, well, you should have listened to the radio this morning.
Yeah. Turns into baby, can you pick me up? Hey, I'm downtown, and I don't wanna go home after 2 left turn to shoot me alone. Turns into people up all night, slipping your kisses right across my mouth. That turns into later on, watch turn down. 'Cause I can't turn you down. I can't turn you down. game of the spring after Wilmer edged Alexandria in extra innings on Tuesday, down at Wilmer 5-4. Rocori has had a pair of shutout victories so far, a 10-0 win against Cloquet, and then the Spartans defeated their section rivals from Hutchinson earlier in the week, 8-0. So Rocori has done a nice job in terms of getting the pitching necessary and getting enough offense to back up that good pitching. JP, as we mentioned during the interview with Jake Munch, I said when Alexandria has a player across home plate to score a run tonight, that will be the first one Rocori's given up in 2026. If you can keep your opposition down, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, absolutely, especially being up in the Class 2. I mean, you're going to want to take advantage of every opportunity you're given. Got to have good bats when runners are in scoring position, and especially against a team that has not given up a run this season. So Alexandria's got some good bats. They've come alive at times this season already, so I'm looking to do that here tonight and give Rocori their best battle so far this season.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a terrific battle similar to what we had for the junior varsity game, and the JV actually played about an hour and 55 minutes for their matchup. They needed an extra inning to determine the victor there, and Rocori was able to score the tying run in the top of the 7th inning. The Spartans JV pushed across a go-ahead run in the top of the 8th, and Alexandria was held off the board at the bottom of the 8th, so Rocori won the junior varsity matchup by a final of 4-3. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, the Rocori Spartans baseball players are taking infield right now. Alexandria has already wrapped up their infield-outfield work that they typically do before the start of the first pitch. Your matchup on the mound tonight will include Evan Zabel getting the start for the Alexandria Cardinals, multi-sport athlete for Alexandria in his final spring as a high school baseball player, and he will be matching up with the Rocori Spartans' Max Bradine, who also happens to be a member of the class of 2026. So a pair of seniors will toe the slab tonight with Max Bradine for the Spartans and Evan Zabel for the Alexandria Cardinals. When we come back to Canute Nelson Memorial Park and Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field, we'll introduce the lineups for the two teams, the batting orders, and we'll also have the presentation of the Star Spangled Banner that is brought to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. Thanks to Juettner Motors in Alexandria for being the presenting sponsor of our pregame show. Juettner Motors will also present our postgame report following the play-by-play of varsity baseball, with Alexandria hosting Rocori. Now on our platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel and Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
From Arnie Bacchus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, Cardinal Baseball is on the air on this Thursday, April 16th, 2026. Welcome to our broadcast coverage on our platforms, including Layton Media, KXRA Alexandria at 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Thanks so much for watching our broadcast tonight as we do the live video stream with the KXRA play-by-play on our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. A big thank you to our friends, the title closing geeks at Integrity Title in Alexandria, for being our signature streaming sponsor of our Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play all throughout the spring of 2026. We have Jackson as our KXRA radio studio engineer. JP Boline, also with the given first name of Jackson. He is our videographer for our YouTube coverage, and JP also does double duty in the spring, joining me, Dave McClurg, for the commentary of Alexandria baseball and fast pitch softball. As Rocori is wrapping up its infield, let's introduce the starting lineups. The lineup presentation brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. We noted as we wrapped up the pregame show just a couple of moments ago that Evan Zabel, the tall right-hander, will be on the hill for Alexandria. This is the lineup that the Rocori coaching staff, normally led by Jeff Ilias, but Aaron Schneider is in the role as acting head coach tonight in Alexandria. The Spartans order will include Cal Haing leading off as the shortstop. Batting second and playing center field is Caleb Maddox. Batting third for Rocori is the designated hitter Cooper Notch. He'll be the DH tonight for the Spartans' first baseman, Grady Richards. The cleanup batter for Rocori is the left fielder, Xander Folkerts. Batting fifth, the starting pitcher tonight for Rocori, Max Fredine. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Noah Olmshad. The seventh batter in the Spartans' order is the right fielder, Nolan Van Looy. Batting eighth and doing the catching this evening for Rocori, Charlie Upgren. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Blake Kelly. The Spartans will be playing their Central Lakes Conference opener tonight. Overall, Rocori is at 2-0. The batting order again, Cal Haing, Caleb Maddox, Cooper Notch, Xander Folkerts, Max Fredine, Noah Olmscheid, Nolan Van Looy, Charlie Upgren, and Blake Kelly. Let's introduce the Alamere Health starting lineup for the Alexandria Cardinals. The batting order is put together by varsity head coach Jake Munch. This is the order that will face Rocori's Max Fredine tonight. Third baseman Jackson Waltzing will lead off. The number 2 batter for Alexandria is the second baseman Connor Anderson. Batting third and playing in left field this evening, Ron Peterson. The cleanup batter for Alexandria is the designated hitter Nolan Johnson. He'll be the DH for the center fielder Zach Iverson. Batting fifth, playing at short, Brody Edelman. Batting sixth for Alexandria, the first baseman, Griffin Wimmer. Batting seventh, tonight's starting pitcher, Evan Zabel. Batting eighth for the Cardinals, the right fielder, Landon Gass-Norling. And rounding out the order tonight is the Cardinals starting catcher, Sam Wiseman. Alexandria is presently 0-1 in the Central Lakes Conference with an overall mark of 2-2. And the order tonight has the Cardinals going with Jackson Waltzing, Connor Anderson, Ron Peterson, Nolan Johnson, Brody Edelman, Griffin Wimmer, Evan Zabel, Landon Gass-Norling, and Sam Wiseman. Again, our thanks to Alamere Health for being the presenting sponsor of the lineup introductions. Keys to the game tonight are being driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. As I visited with Rocori's coach, Aaron Schneider, before the start of our broadcast tonight, he said we want to come out and we want to play Rocori baseball, and that's not being boast-worthy, but usually if Rocori is playing good baseball, the Spartans get pitchers on the hill that throw strikes, and the guys that play behind those starting pitchers make the plays in the field defensively. So maybe Rocori will not have a lot of strikeout guys, but their fielders are trustworthy behind their pitching. If Rocori is on its A game tonight, he's not terribly concerned about what the offense may or may not generate. He figures runs will take care of themselves when the opportunities are there. The Alexandria Motors keys to tonight's game for Alexandria, again, similar to Rocori. Have the pitchers, whether it's starter Evan Zabel or others that come in after him tonight, get the ball into the strike zone. And obviously, when you have pitchers that are throwing strikes accurately, that allows the defense to stay on its toes in the field. If you get into a situation, and that was the case last week when Waconia came up here, Alexandria had some pitchers on the hill that did not get the ball in the strike zone consistently. That led to some long counts, and when you do get the 2-ball, 2-strike, 3-ball, 2-strike counts, or counts being extended due to foul balls and everything like that, that keeps your fielders in the field even longer. And these are teenagers, players that are 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 18 years of age. They are not machines. They are not compensated like professional baseball players. And if they're in the field for long periods of time, sometimes that can cause a challenge in terms of being able to concentrate and having that mental edge out in the field. So having the pitchers throw strikes will be one key. And then Coach Munch did mention as part of our pregame show, when the opponent is making a mistake in the field, we need to capitalize on it, whether it's advancing base runners on a wild pitch or a pass ball, or having runners get on base due to fielding errors. When those opportunities occur, if Cardinals are given extra outs, they need to take advantage of that. Should be a good ball game tonight. Thanks again to Alexandria Motors for presenting the keys to tonight's game. Again, we will have the first pitch on the way in just a couple of moments. The skies have turned overcast in the Alexandria Lakes area after we had some sunshine throughout the course of the day. I know the temperature popped into the low 80s here in west central Minnesota. Some locations down in the far western and southwestern parts of the state were up in the mid-80s earlier today. Ironically, you may be hearing a voice in the background on the public address system. That's a gentleman that you can hear on our classic rock station, KX 92, Michael Wright. He is the main man in the morning and the program director of KX 92, and he is the public address announcer for games here at Canute Nelson Ballpark, really through the spring and summer seasons, helping out with the Alexandria Technical College Legends baseball team in the spring, the Alexandria Cardinals varsity and JV baseball teams in the spring, and then he also does the public address announcing for Legion Baseball. So in a weird sort of way, we have three individuals representing Layton Media on site tonight. Myself, Dave McClurg. I do a lot of sports play-by-play on KXRA Radio, periodically make appearances on our two music-oriented stations. We've got my broadcast partner tonight, JP Boline. You can wake up with JP weekday mornings on Z99.3 between 6 and 10 a.m. And I think normally if I'm on my best behavior, he allows me to join him on the air for the two Average Joe Sports Conversation, normally airing around 7:20 weekday mornings. We have about a 10-minute segment where we talk about a variety of sports, maybe professional sports. Sometimes we branch into the college ranks, but you can listen to two Average Joes, myself and JP, during JP's morning show on Z99.3 weekday mornings. And then, of course, Michael Wright, our public address announcer tonight. You can catch his stuff. He's probably the one with the most experience in the Alexandria radio community, as he's been part of Layton Media and prior to that, Parody Broadcasting, being on KX 92 for the better part of 3 2.5 decades. And you know what? The gentleman's approaching being 70 years young, and he still looks forward to coming to work every day. And hopefully we are fortunate enough to have Michael Wright be on KX92 for years and years to come. Again, we will have the presentation of the Star Spangled Banner straight ahead. We will get the audio feed here at Canute Nelson Ballpark in Alexandria, and our national anthem being brought to you by Carlson Music Center. The presentation of our national anthem on our latent media platform is being brought to you this evening by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For any of your music needs, including voice lessons for your sons or daughters, you can get in touch with Carlson Music Center by stopping by their location on Broadway in downtown Alexandria, or visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. As you watch tonight's broadcast on our YouTube channel, you'll notice the uniform schemes very much red and black, because those are the primary school colors at Rocori High School in Cold Spring and at Alexandria Area High School as well. The Cardinal baseball players that are on the field right now, with Evan Zabel taking his warm-up tosses. Alexandria's uniform combination has the black jersey top, the red numerals on both the front and the back of the uniform, and Alex on the front of the Cardinal jerseys. The white pants, along with a little bit of a black and red piping on the legs of the Alexandria baseball bottoms. Rocori also wearing a little bit of black and white, but a little more red decorating the Spartans uniforms. Rocori has the black jersey tops with the red piping on the arms and the shoulder blades as well. The script R on the left jersey sleeve of the Rocori players, and then the Rocori Spartans have the red numerals on both the front and the back, and the word Spartans on the front of the jersey. The white pants with the black piping for the Rocori baseball team. Again, a gorgeous night for prep baseball. And, JP, as we get the opportunity to broadcast from where we're at, we actually get to look at the crowd, which is off to our left and down the left field line and even down the right field line where the concession stand is. Really nice turnout. I think people relishing the opportunity to watch outdoor baseball on a great weather evening.
Yeah, I mean, it's free admission too, so you can just pop on in and watch some really great baseball going on here at Canute Nelson Memorial Park. It's going to be a fun one, though. Alexandria and Rocori, a lot of baseball games between these two, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, historically, these teams have had excellent reputations. Of course, the Spartans in the first year of 3 classes for baseball, when the Prep Championship Series was played at Target Field back in 2010. Rocori ended up winning the State Class AA Baseball Championship. The first pitch of the game delivered to left-handed batting Cal Haying is a called strike, and we're underway at about 9 minutes after 7 o'clock here in the Alexandria Lakes area. Zabel is a right-hander. He winds up and delivers a fastball over for strike 2 called so quickly the count goes to 0-2. 80 degrees at game time here at Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. 0-2 to Hang, leading off the game for Rocori. Next pitch is high and away, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hain, Caleb Maddox, and Cooper Notch are the top third of the Spartans' batting order that will face Alexandria senior right-hander Evan Zabel in this first inning. Next pitch on the way, and that is outside. Off-speed delivery evens the count out at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Trying to get him to chase at something. He hasn't swung the bat quite yet.
No, Cal Hain has had a good eye so far. First 2 pitches were strikes, and now the count is even at 2-2. Next pitch by Zabel is up and away, so 3 consecutive out of the strike zone, and now he's in danger of losing the leadoff batter, Cal Hain. Again, turf infield all the way around, including in the home plate area, so no natural dirt. Grass outfield and in the foul territory area. There's a pitch that's high and away, and it ends up being a walk on a full count to start the game. So the Spartans will have a base runner for Caleb Maddox, the center fielder. Maddox, the first right-handed batter in the lineup. Griffin Wimmer will hold, hanging on at first. Opening up a little bit of a hole on the right side of the infield. Here's a bunt attempt up toward the hill anyway. Evan Zabel will throw to first, and the sacrifice is successful. That will go 1-3. Pitcher to first with the out recorded by Wimmer at first base, and on to second goes the base runner, Cal Hain.
Not only has Rocori not allowed a run yet this year in the first 2 games, but they've also scored 18 runs in those 2 games. So this is a team that can really manufacture some runs, and they're showing it right there.
Designated hitter Cooper Notch will step in now for the Rocori Spartans. First pitch from Zabel, a little bit low and away. 1-0 the count. Sam Wiseman doing the catching tonight for Alexandria. Griffin Wimmer at first base defensively. Connor Anderson at second. Gordy Adelman is the shortstop, and Jackson Waltzing is at third. Outfield defensive alignment after this next pitch. 1-0 is the count to the DH for Rocori, Cooper Notch. Long look in by Evan Zabel. And now he's going to step off the hill, so still waiting a 1-ball, no-strike pitch from Zabel to Notch. Runner in scoring position and 1 away as we're just underway here at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Zabel with a bluff back to second, though he does not release the ball. I think Evan might be teasing D-Mac here by saying, I'm giving you the chance to announce the outfielders that are behind me right now. Take advantage of it, sir. Maybe he's not thinking that, but
you never know.
Leaving it open to speculation. Another look back to second. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that is going outside. Defensively, the Cardinals have Ron Peterson in left field. The center fielder is Zach Iverson, and Landon Gass-Norling is in right field tonight. Notch is being played pretty much straight away in the outfield. 2 balls, no strikes here to Cooper Notch, DHing for first baseman Grady Richards. Pitch on the way, and that is up and in, ball 3. Now a throw down to second as the lead runner trying to get to third, and he's in safely. So Hain will end up with a steal of third base there. The catcher Wiseman threw down to second, and then Connor Anderson was looking to fire over toward third base, but Hain was able to slide in ahead, so no caught stealing, but rather a stolen base for Hain. And it's now a 2-ball, 1-strike count as the pitch to Notch was ruled a strike.
Yeah, for a second it looked like Alexandria did catch him there, trying to get him into a rundown, but that's a lot of speed there at second base, so he was able to get that.
Alexandria is going to bring the infield in all the way around, so that might be an intuition that the Cardinal coaching staff thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. There's a pitch in for a strike, and it's 2-2. Boy, Evan would love to get a strikeout here, have something in the infield to make sure that Hain doesn't come down from third. Notch wants to put a ball into the outfield, whether it be a deep enough fly ball or a base hit. 2-2 the count. Next pitch in the dirt. It's going to go to the backstop, and Cal Hain will score standing up to give the Spartans the early lead in the top of the first inning. So the wild pitch will get Rocori on the board, and that's an excellent job by the Spartans there, really manufacturing a run. No hits, but you get a walk. Runner moves to second on a sac bunt. Aggressive base running, moves Haying to third, and then he scores on a wild pitch. Payoff on the way now from Zabel, and that's high. So 2 walks issued to the first 3 batters by Evan Zabel. Now the base runner Notch heads to first, and Xander Folkerts, the left fielder, will now come up.
Yeah, and I mean, now you just have to focus on, you have a runner on first, so I mean, you do have the force play there at second, and potentially a double play ball as well. So just focus on this next batter and get this next out is the most important one.
Folkerts is the cleanup hitter for Rocori, 3rd consecutive batter that hits right in the order. Zabel will work out of the stretch. Quick throw to first, and slap tag there by Wimmer made it a very close play, but Notch is back in safely. Now, I like to follow Major League Baseball quite a bit, and a lot of the rules that now apply in Major League Baseball do not apply in other levels of amateur ball, such as a strike is delivered to Folkerts. There is no limit on the engagements a pitcher can take off the pitching rubber in terms of holding runners close. Furthermore, there is no pitch clock. 0-1 to Xander Folkerts. Another throw over to first. Again, close play, but Notch didn't have a very big lead, and he's back in. Rocori has scored a run without the benefit of a hit here in the top of the first inning to grab the early lead. And so far, the way the Spartans have pitched the ball, that's a good start for Rocori. Runners going. It's a pitch fouled back, and the count is now 0-2. So Coach Aaron Schneider implementing a hit-and-run strategy there, but that's going to send Notch back to the first base bag, and the count is 2 strikes.
Well, what you can say early here with Zabel is that he definitely did his homework. I mean, he was paying close attention back at Hayden at second, and he stole the base, and then now a hit-and-run here after a couple of throwovers to first.
0-2 to Folkerts. Pitch on the way. That is just a bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. JP, I noticed as the clouds have moved in, the wind has settled down quite a bit. Now, I know there is still a bit of a breeze, but being where we are, having the grandstand where it is here at Canute kind of shields us from the wind.
Yeah, I'm not feeling much wind at all, and the clouds covered up the sun in our eyes. It's really turned out to be a perfect night.
Runners going, and it's going to end up being a stolen base for Notch as the ball popped out of the glove of the catcher, Wiseman. So Rocori has its second steal of the half inning, and now another runner in scoring position with only 1 away.
Yeah, and Rocori's just, they're doing what they've probably done all season. It's just manufacture those early runs, get out to an early lead, and it's worked out here so far.
Evan Zabel trying to get that strikeout pitch, and he will get it here as an off-speed delivery catches the outer part of the plate. Strikeout is called, and there are 2 away. As you watch on our YouTube channel, our instant replays are brought to you by Quality Real Estate, as Evan Zabel was able to paint the black and get a strikeout. So 2 gone now for the pitcher, Max Fredine. Fredine, right-handed batter, would like to come through with a 2-out hit. First pitch, a little bit outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Now that you have 2 outs, you got that strikeout. You're keeping him at second base over there. Just focus on the batter here. I don't think you have to pay too much attention there at second base.
Yeah, if he gets to third, then the goal is just to strand the runner at third base.
Yep.
1-0 to Max Fredine. Pitch on the way, it's beaten foul at the plate. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Dave McClurg, JP Boline, coming to you from Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Live play-by-play coverage of high school baseball, a Central Lakes Conference matchup with Rocori visiting Alexandria. The visiting Spartans have an early run. 1 on and 2 out, and a 1-1 pitch to Fredine, fouled back, and it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evan Zabel has seen some time on the hill this spring. He will be counted on to provide some innings for the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. Of course, a standout athlete with Mike Empting's Alexandria football team for the last several autumn seasons. Earlier in his prep career, he even was part of the Alexandria boys basketball program. Didn't play basketball this past winter, but was part of the state championship team in the winter of 24-25. Pitch gets fouled off to the right side, and the count to Ferdine is still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rocori 1, Alexandria nothing. We are in the top of the first inning. Regulation baseball is 7 innings. Mercy rule can apply a 10-run mercy rule in prep baseball after 4.5 innings if the home team is ahead, or after 5 full innings if the visiting team is ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes to pitcher Max Ferdine, facing senior right-hander Evan Zabel. Next offering on the way, it's rolled to the right side. Connor Anderson has it, flipped to first, is good for the out. That's all for Rocori, but the Spartans get on the board. 1 run, no hits, no Alexandria errors, and 1 left on board. Through 1/2 inning of varsity baseball, Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates. And from Canute, it's Rocori 1, Alexandria coming to bat.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
We are on location tonight at Arnie Bacchus, Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Welcome to our prep baseball coverage as the Alexandria Cardinals host Rocori in a Central Lakes Conference matchup. This is the only meeting of the season between these teams as they're no longer common rivals in Section 8 AAA. Alexandria got moved up into Class 4A Section 8 for the first time this spring, while Rocori is in a very loaded Section 8 AAA. Little Falls has a good baseball team. Albany has a good baseball team. Rocori will be a challenger for the section title. Don't count out teams like Sartell and Fergus Falls as well. Jackson Walson will lead off the bottom of the first inning for Alexandria as he matches up against Rocori Spartans right-hander Max Fredine. Waltzing bats left. First pitch on the way, and it is in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Waltzing will be followed by Connor Anderson and Brom Peterson here in the last of the first inning with the Cardinals down by 1 run. Pitch on the way is upstairs, winning the count at 1-1.
Also, we saw last year, we saw him hit a couple of home runs. He could put the ball over the fence, but he's also got a really good speed. He's a great athlete.
Next pitch on the way, belt high fastball, cut on and missed, and it's 1-2. Charlie Upgren is doing the catching tonight for the Spartans. Grady Richards at first base, Noah Olmscheid at second. The third baseman is Blake Kelly. And here's a pitch that's in for a called third strike. Jackson Waltzing is out number 1 here in the first inning. Introducing the rest of the defensive alignment for Rocori. Cal Hang is at short tonight, rounding out the infield for the Spartans. Xander Volkerts is in left field. The center fielder is Caleb Maddox, and the right fielder is Nolan Van Looy. First pitch to Connor Anderson is inside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Anderson bats right for Alexandria. Pitch from Fredine, beaten foul to the left side, and it's a count of 1-1. Good to see Connor's older brother, Zach Anderson, in attendance at the game. Zach graduated with the Alexandria Area High School class of 2025. As a student manager last spring, Zach Anderson was one of the captains of last year's Cardinal baseball team. Pitch to Connor Anderson is inside, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike to Alexandria's second baseman, Connor Anderson. Verdeen working quickly, delivers a pitch that's lined out into left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So Connor Anderson becomes Alexandria's first base runner, lining a single to left, and Alexandria has the potential tying run aboard. Once again, our thanks to Wally Real Estate for bringing you the instant replays if you're watching on our YouTube channel. Ron Peterson now stepping in to bat for Alexandria. He is a right-handed hitter. Has swung a good bat so far this spring. Pitch is in the dirt. Good block there by Upgren to prevent a wild pitch. 1-0 the count to Peterson. Rocori with a 1-0 lead. We play the bottom of the first inning at Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Verdeen working out of the stretch. Next pitch, cut on and missed. Throwing a fastball kind of darting low. That evens the count out at 1-1.
And bad timing here for Johnson as well, with the sun popping out here right into his face.
1 ball, 1 strike. Yep, Nolan Johnson will bat next. Throw goes over to first where Connor Anderson slides in safely. Then it's relayed across the field and kind of went wide back to the pitcher's mound, but backed up over at third by Blake Kelly. 1-1 to Ron Peterson, the right-handed batting left fielder for Alexandria. There's a pitch too far inside, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Rocori scored the run on a wild pitch in the top of the first inning. Runners going on the pitch. It's bounced to the left side. This will go foul. So the Cardinals try to hit and run of their own, but it goes foul, batted down the third base line. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brom Peterson. 1 out, 1 on. Cardinals in search of the tying run. Short lead over at first by Connor Anderson. Pitch on the way, it's beaten foul. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spartans 2-0 on the year, a pair of shutout wins over Hutchinson and Cloquet. Alexandria's wins have come against Becker and Spring Lake Park. Another 2-2 pitches, 1 on and missed. Ron Peterson down on strikes and prevents Verdeen his second strikeout of the game. Now designated hitter Nolan Johnson will step up, facing the Rocori right-hander. Johnson DHing tonight for the center fielder Zach Iverson.
Some value there from the left side of the plate.
Yep, that can shield the catcher in case Alexandria does try to utilize the running game. First pitch misses the strike zone, and the count is 1-0. Connor Anderson continuing to be held on at first by the Spartans' Grady Richards. Healthy cut, but no contact by Johnson, so it's now a 1 ball, 1 strike. The sun is starting to peek through the overcast over the left field wall here at Knute Nelson Ballpark. There's a pitch skied in the air to left field. It will be playable for the Spartans left fielder, Xander Fultz, and he'll put it away, and that will retire the side. So for Alexandria in the bottom of the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, no Rocori Spartans errors, and 1 left on board. Through 1 in varsity baseball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Rocori leads at Alexandria 1-0.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Well, it's turned out to be a magnificent evening to be outdoors, to call some prep baseball. Central Lakes Conference matchup between Alexandria and Rocori. The shadows of the trees beyond the left field and center field walls now starting to make their presence felt as the sun has returned, shining in the Alexandria Lakes area. At the start of the game, we were at 80 degrees. The 7 o'clock official temperature reading in Alexandria now is at 77. And hope you had the opportunity to get out and enjoy the weather today, because it's going to be a heck of a lot different tomorrow. Our high temperature likely will occur before sunrise, and by this time tomorrow night, we might be lucky to be around 40 degrees. Leadoff batter in the second is Noah Olmscheid as he faces Alexandria's Evan Zabel. First pitch is right down Broadway for a strike. It's 0-1.
Evan got off to a really good start. He threw a couple of strikes and then, just lost the strike zone. Not by far, but was able to get that walk. But Rocori did their damages on the base paths.
Yeah, and really important because Evan Zabel had the no-ball 2-strike count to Cal Haing and ended up losing him with the walk, and Haing would eventually make his way around the bases to score. We got an 0-2 count now to Olmscheid here, and now he's going to request time to step out of the batter's box and get a practice swing. And again, timeout requests usually are offered by the umpire upon request, as long as you're being respectful about it. Pitch misses the strike zone here, so it's 1-2 to Olmscheid. Nolan Van Looy is on deck, and Charlie Upgren will follow. There's a pitch on the outside corner for strike 3, and Evan Zabel has his second K of the night. Both have been called third strikes. So 1 away here in the second, with Rocori up by a run, and right fielder Nolan Van Looy will step in.
It's a great start there for Zabel. Just got to get that confidence up after a longer first inning. It really wasn't that bad of a first inning, though, for him or the Cardinals. So just a good start here in the second.
First offering is in there for a strike, so Evan doing a nice job attacking the strike zone to start this second inning. He did walk a couple of batters, now has 2 strikeouts. Do I dare throw the D-Mac jinx out there? He is not allowed a hit to this point of the game. There's a pitch upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm only pointing out the facts.
Yeah.
Whether or not the baseball players decide to twist my facts, that's up to them. 1-1 to Van Looy with 1 out and nobody on base here on the second. Evan Zabel with the windup. Next pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right center, and that is going to be in the gap. An extra base is there. Van Looy is pulling into second. He'll round, trying to go to third, and he will make it in ahead of the throw. So an opposite field triple to right center for Nolan Van Looy. And the Spartans have a runner at third with less than 2 out, already up by a 1-0 score.
Yeah, that was a good swing there. Just got timed it perfectly and found the gap, too, in the right center. So just a good swing there from Rocori.
So let's see if Charlie Upgren can come through. Alexandria is going to bring the infield in again with 1 out and a runner at third base. Upgren has the opportunity to add to the Spartans' lead here. Evan Zabel's first offering is on the outside corner for a strike. That one almost seemed like it would be drifting low, but it was framed well by the Alexandria catcher Sam Wiseman, ruled strike 1. Evan would love to get a strikeout or an infield pop-up here. Next pitch, a big cut, but no contact, and it's 0-2. One thing that Evan Zabel does not want to do is peg a ball in the area around home plate because the wild pitch that he threw in the first inning accounted for the Spartans' run. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. It gets away, and here comes Nolan Van Looy, and he slides in safely. He got his hand on the dish before Evan Zabel could slap the tag. So Rocori has now scored 2 runs on wild pitches, and the Spartans have doubled their lead. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, and that was a off-speed pitch, a curveball there in, and yeah, it just bounced way too early. Broke really early, and unfortunately unable to keep that one in front, and Rocori gets their second run scored off of a mistake.
Next pitch bends over on the inside part of the plate for a strike 3 call. So a strikeout means out number 2 here in the top of the second inning. And now the number 9 hitter, Blake Kelly, the Spartans' third baseman, will step in.
That shows how just much of an athlete Evan Zabel is, and mentally strong as well. Just allowing that.
And now we got a liner to the right side, and that will go foul. 1 strike here to Blake Kelly.
Yeah, allowing that wild pitch and then coming back right away in a really nice strikeout pitch and delivering that K.
Yeah, Evan Zabel, he can wear his emotions, but boy, I tell you, he has a charisma and he has a certain level of maturity that he's not going to let the previous wild pitch, eat him up. He knows that there's still plenty of baseball to be played here. Pitch is in for a strike to Blake Kelly, and it's now 0-2. Corey has a 2-run lead here in the top of the second inning. 2 out, nobody on base. The 0-2 pitch is swung on, hitting there to center field. Going back is Zach Iverson, and he'll haul it in. So a nice run out in fairly deep center field as Zach Iverson tracks the ball down. Kelly is retired, and so are the Spartans in the second. But Rocori adds to its lead. 1 run, 1 hit. No Alexandria errors, and nobody left on board. Through an inning and a half of varsity baseball at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. New numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Rocori 2, Alexandria, no score.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Stepping into the batter's box right away to lead off the second inning is Brody Adelman, and first pitch swinging. He skies one to left field, where Xander Folkerts will put it away. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the last of the second, with Max Verdeen and the Rocori Spartans leading the Alexandria Cardinals 2-0. Now Griffin Wimmer will step in for the Cards. He is the third left-handed batter in the lineup for Alexandria. First offering is too far inside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Verdeen did give up a 1-out hit to Connor Anderson last inning, but no further base runner advancement after that. Now a strike is called, and it's 1-1 to Wimmer. Evan Zabel awaits his turn on deck for Alexandria.
And Evan Zabel's got a lot of power, so if he can get on base here, if you could tie it up with 1 swing, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Pitch is a little bit out of the strike zone, and it's now 2-1 to Griffin Wimmer. 1 out, nobody on base. Next pitch, high and away, and it's 3-1. Well, if Griffin can get on base anyway, anyhow, Evan Zabel would then represent the tying run for Alexandria. Verdeen hoping to battle back here. Next pitch is going to be fouled off And this will be out of play. So now the count is full at 3-2. Verdeen was able to strike out 2 Alexandria batters in the first inning. He has yet to issue a walk. Payoff pitch on the way from Verdeen, and it's high and away, so the D-Mac jinx worked in reverse there. As Griffin Wimmer does get on with a 1-out free pass.
That's what you want, 6-hitter, 7-hitter, 8-hitter, 9-hitter, off the bottom of the order. I mean, they got good hitters, but you want to get them on base, work the counts and get some base runners for, get back up to the top of the order as well. But like I said, Zabel's got a lot of power.
So Evan Zabel steps in now. First pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Evan Zabel throws right. He also bats right. Waiting the next pitch from Spartans right-hander Max Verdeen. Pitch on the way, and it's in for a strike, evening the count at 1-1. Rocori has scored single runs in each of the first 2 innings. Both have come in on Evan Zabel wild pitches. And it's a 2-0 lead for the visiting Spartans. Over to first, and back in safely is Wimmer. 1-1 count with 1 on and 1 out here in the last of the second. Cardinals hoping to battle back. Here's a pitch low and away, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Corey has played 2 games so far, winning both by shutout over Section 8 AAA rival Hutchinson and a non-conference win against Cloquet. Here's a liner, and oh my! Jake Munch showing some moves down the third base line for Alexandria as that line drive was headed toward him in the coaching area. But he was able to skip out of the way. Thank goodness for that.
Is that athleticism there?
Yes. Baseball player in his own right. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and a good knockdown there by Uptrend. So now a full count here to Evan Zabel. Let's see if Wimmer might be on the move from first base here. This could be an opportunity to get the running game going. 3-2 as Verdeen deals to Zabel, and it's line fair down the left field line. This will go down into the corner. Here comes Wimmer to third base. He is going to get the green light. Ball being relayed back in, but it's going to be too late. Evan Zabel lines a double down the left field line, and Griffin Wimmer scores, and Alexandria is on the board, now trailing Rocori 2-1.
Yeah, that's a good swing right there. Just got a little piece, or got inside that third base bag, and Alexandria gets on the board. That's a much-needed run there for Zabel.
Yep, and when Griffin Wimmer scored, that became the first opposing player to score against Rocori this spring. The Spartans had 2 shutouts previously, but Rocori will not get a shutout tonight. Landon Guest Norling will step in and bat now with a tying run at second, and I believe we have a courtesy runner out at second base for Alexandria. Unfortunately, I did not get the indication as to what player is coming in to run.
Yeah, that red's a little blending there in the jersey, but
here's a pitch that misses the strike zone. The first one was ball 1, and now it's 2 balls, no strikes.
I do believe it is Easton Klimek.
Okay, so Klimek, the courtesy runner at second base. Max Verdeen delivers a strike, and it's now 2-1. Teams can use a courtesy runner for a pitcher or a catcher without having the reentry rule being applied to the pitcher or catcher that is being run for. Here's a pitch, bounce to the right side. This will move the runner to third. Play is made by the second baseman, Noah Olmscheid. Throw to first is good for the out. And Klimek now moves over to third base. Now the potential tying run 90 feet away for Alexandria's catcher, Sam Wiseman. Wiseman completing the first turn through the batting order for the Alexandria Cardinals against Max Verdeen. Would like to come through with a knock and get this game knotted up. Make it deuces wild in inning number 2. He beats one foul back behind the plate. Count is no balls, 1 strike. So again, Evan Zabel's double down the left field line has put Alexandria on the board. Now Courtesy runner Easton Klimek trying to come in with that tying run. 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Cardinals, to their credit, have done a good job of putting the ball in play this inning after striking out twice in the first. Here's the 0-2. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Tried to get him to chase there. That's a good eye.
1-2 to Sam Wiseman with a potential tying run at third and 2 gone. Alexandria has a run in. Now a ground ball fielded by the third baseman. Throw across the diamond. Kelly is good for the out, so Verdeen is able to strand the base runner at third, and Rocori will move out of the second inning, still with the lead, though the hosts get on the board. For Alexandria in the bottom of the second, 1 run, 1 hit, no Rocori errors, and 1 left on board. Through 2 complete in varsity baseball at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Rocori leads the Cardinals 2-1.
Hi, this is Bob with the North Side Collision Center. Having your vehicle's collision repair fixed can be a hassle and inconvenient. That's why people call us at North Side Collision Center.
763-3224.
Northside Collision.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
We've completed 2 innings of varsity baseball at Arnie Bacchus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Rocori has 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Alexandria 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and the Cardinals have stranded 2. Rocori has scored single runs in each of the first 2 innings. The Cardinals scored their lone run on an Evan Zabel RBI double in the bottom of the second. Rocori will send up the top third of the order in the 3rd inning, so the second time around for Cal Hang, Caleb Maddox, and Cooper Notch. Evan Zabel approaching 40 pitches thrown through the first 2 innings, averaging 18, 36 pitches total, 23 strikes. First offering on the way is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hang had a very good plate appearance the first time around. Fell behind in the count 0-2, and then watched 4 consecutive pitches go out of the strike zone, and he coaxed a walk. Now he beats one to the left side. This will be a tough play. Third baseman Walsing with a throw to first, and it's good for the out. Oh my, Quality Real Estate bringing you the instant replay on our YouTube channel. Slow bouncer, may have been assisted by the sponginess of the turf, but Jackson Walsing made a great play on the left side, and his throw to first got Hang by a step. Cal Hang can move down the baseline, especially as a left-handed batter, but he's retired for out number 1.
That was a lot of distance traveled there. At third, great play there for him.
Caleb Maddox takes up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Maddox has not had an official at-bat in tonight's game. He had a sacrifice bunt that went pitcher to first in the first inning. 2-1 Rocori, top of the 3rd. Half swing, and Maddox committed, and it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, a gorgeous evening. Temperature at game time was at 80. We have slid off into the upper 70s right now, and an excellent crowd. A lot of people on hand tonight. There's a pitch low and away, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The Alexandria Cardinal baseball team playing game number 5 of 2026, and the 3rd game here at Canute, having gone 1-1 on this field this year. A win over Becker and a loss to Waconia. There's a pitch that drops a little bit outside, and it's 3-1 now to Caleb Maddox. So Evan Zabel will try to battle back and retire this hitter behind in the count. Pitch, half swing, and I think he did commit. I think I was calling it, the home plate umpire did appeal to the base umpire down the right field line who ruled a strike, and I thought the commit was there, and it's now 3-2. So we have a payoff pitch on the way. And he's fouled back, so we'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rocori up by a run in the only meeting of the year between the Spartans and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are hoping to have the opportunity to play in Cold Spring later this year, but it won't be against Rocori. The later rounds of the Class 4A Section 8 baseball tournament are played at the Spartans' home field, Springer's Park in Cold Spring. Here's a pitch that's out of the strike zone, and it's going to be a walk. Third free pass issued by Evans Abel tonight. And this gives Cooper Notch an opportunity to bat with a runner on board.
Yeah, and he's looking to have a similar result. He had a stolen base in his last appearance when he got walked. So
short lead over at first here by Maddox. You'd think playing center field, Caleb Maddox has some speed, and he's going to test that throwing arm of Sam Wiseman, and Maddox is in safely ahead of the throw. It's going to be Rocori's third stolen base of the game.
Yeah, and it looked like the throw was kind of close, but just unable to keep it in the glove there, and so no call.
So 1-0, the count to Cooper Notch, and now his duty is to try to move a base runner up. I'd like to do it with a base hit, maybe give the Spartans a 2-run lead again. Evans Abel kicks and delivers a fastball that is in for a strike. That evens the count out at 1-1. Zabel has gotten 3 strikeouts to go along with 3 walks. He has yielded just 1 hit. That was the triple last inning to Nolan Van Looy. Runner at second with 1 away, and Rocori up by a run. Evans Abel looking back to second to check the base runner. And he'll bluff, stepping off the slab, but not throwing to second base. Waiting a 1-1 pitch here to Rocori's designated hitter, Cooper Notch. Sneaking over toward the second base bag is the Cardinal shortstop, Brody Adelman. Now Connor Anderson shifts over. Here's a pitch beaten up the first baseline foul. Bouncer goes into foul territory, so the count is 1-2.
Off-speed pitch there that really fooled Maddox, but just went foul.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Corey has a runner in scoring position with 1 down. Again, long look by Evans Abel, and back to second, pitch on the way, and this one is going to be swung on, lined into center, and that's going to be a base hit. Throw comes back, it's going to be up the line, it bounces past Sam Wiseman, and the batter, Notch, will go into second base.
Yeah, probably didn't need to make the throw to home plate there. He was able to get Maddox out to second base, but just good hitting there from Rocori and able to get a ball up the middle.
And I am not going to give an error to the Alexandria Cardinals there because Notch was on his way to second as that ball was being relayed back in, so he was going for second on the throw back to the infield anyway, so he does get credit, does Cooper Notch, for an RBI single, and Rocori has a 2-run lead back at 3-1. And now Xander Folkerts will step in. First offering is on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 is the count. The RBI knock by Cooper Notch means Rocori is now 1 for 2 at the plate with runners in scoring position tonight. I believe Alexandria is 0 for 2 at this point. Here's the next pitch, and swung on, line to the shortstop, and Brody Adelman makes the catch. No other play as Notch was able to get back into second.
Yeah, good catch there from Adelman, and you get your second out without advancing a runner. It's a win.
So now 2 gone, and Max Verdeen will try to help his own cause out here with that base runner at second. Verdeen in the game, bounced out second to first in the opening inning. Zabel works out of the stretch with the base runner on. And now time gets called, granted to the batter for Dean. Rocori now with 2 hits. Notch's base knock, the first one producing a run for the Spartans tonight. Rocori with a 3-1 lead. Base runners on the move, and here's the ball hit to the right side. Connor Anderson makes the play, and the throw to first is good for the out. It's all for Rocori, with the Spartans restore their lead back to 2. 1 run, 1 hit, no Alexandria Cardinal errors, and 1 runner left on. Through 2.5 innings of varsity baseball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Rocori leads at Alexandria 3-1.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Rocori's up by a couple of runs as the Alexandria Cardinals get set to bat in the bottom of the third. It's Rocori 3, Alexandria 1. Jackson Waltzing, Connor Anderson, and Ron Peterson, the top of the Alexandria order, will face Rocori's Max Verdeen. And the first pitch is too far in. Waltzing got called out on strikes in the opening inning. 1 of 2 Ks so far for Verdeen. He has walked 1 batter, and that batter last inning, Griffin Wimmer, came around to score. Pitch on the way, outside, and it is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Jackson Waltzing. 1 of 4 left-hand bats in the lineup. Kind of spread out throughout the lineup, hitting in the 1st, 4th, 6th, and 8th spots in the order. Another pitch misses the strike zone, and it's now 3-0.
And apparently giving fits here, too.
So 3 balls and no strikes to Jackson Waltzing, leading off inning number 3. Pitch on the way, and that is in for a strike. Max Verdeen has moved over 40 pitches thrown, unofficially now at 43 pitches tonight. 23 for strikes, and now we got a roller under the glove of the second baseman, Olmscheid, and that's going to allow Jackson Waltzing to reach, and that should be the first error of the game. Oh, a bad hop single there, so wipe that out. That's a base hit for Jackson Waltzing, and he is on in the last of the 3rd inning, so the potential tying run represented by Connor Anderson will come to the plate.
Yeah, that one could obviously go in either way, but yeah, a little bit of a bad hop at the end. But
so first pitch is a little bit low and away. Connor Anderson had a base hit to left field in his only previous plate appearance.
Waltzing on first, a base hit out in the outfield could potentially score him.
Now we've got a pitch inside, and it's 2-0. And interesting to note, JP, this is the first half inning where Alexandria's gotten the leadoff batter on. It's a little bit of a different dynamic when you can get your leadoff guy on rather than starting a rally with 1 out. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike, and it's now 2-1 to Connor Anderson. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. JP Boline, Dave McClurg bringing you the play-by-play. There's a pitch low and in, and it's now 3-1 to Connor Anderson. Rocori is presently up by 2 runs, but the Cardinals trying to put together a threat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jackson Waltzing was able to put the ball in play and reached on an infield single. And now it's 3-1 to Connor Anderson. Throw over to first. Too late to pick off Waltzing. So, still awaiting the 3-ball, 1-strike pitch to Connor Anderson.
And if you're Alexandria, I mean, this is exactly what Coach Lunch said before the game. The interview was just taking advantage of mistakes. And, I mean, right now, Rocori is giving you an opportunity with no outs. 2 on now at the top of your order.
Yep. Connor Anderson is on for the second time tonight, and that's going to mean a conference out at the pitcher's mound, as I believe Rocori's acting head coach, Aaron Schneider, goes out for a few words. And Ron Peterson will be the next batter for the Alexandria Cardinals. Even though there is no true dedicated halftime of a baseball game, we still do the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. That airs after the 3rd inning of each of our Alexandria baseball and fast-pitch softball broadcasts this spring. So once the Cardinals are retired here in the bottom of the 3rd, we will have our mid-game report presented by Eldon's Fresh Foods. Live, love, local. Shop Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria on 3rd and Nokomis. Ron Peterson is 0 for 1. He chokes up the bunt, bunts it down the third base line. Only one play to first, and that is just in. Oh, no, they say the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag, and everybody is safe. So the Cardinals will have bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that will be a bunt single for Ron Peterson. So a golden opportunity for Alexandria to do some damage here. Bases loaded and nobody out. And the designated hitter, Nolan Johnson, will step in. He was retired on a fly ball to left in the first. Takes outside for ball 1.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, like you said, this is a grand opportunity for Alexandria not only to tie it, but I mean, there's a chance to score or to take it.
Now we got a liner out into left. This should be deep enough to score a run, and it's going to be over the head of the left fielder. This should tie the game up. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Peterson is going to go to 3rd, and it's a 2-run double for Nolan Johnson, and this game is tied 3-3 in the last of the 3rd inning. Oh my, Nolan Johnson gave that one a carry, and initially I thought Xander Folkerts had a beat on it, and then he was retreating back, and it was over his head.
Yeah, just took the wrong read right away, and that's for Alexandria. That's a good strike right there, too. And, tie the game now, and there's still a great opportunity to take the lead and maybe go up by a couple.
Yep, 2 on, both in scoring position with nobody out. First pitch to Brody Edelman is a strike, and it's 0-1. So Alexandria has delivered back-to-back hits with runners in scoring position to get this game level at 3-3. Here's a pitch skied in the air down the right field line. It's going to go down toward the line, but it will drop foul. And the count to Edelman is 0-2. Brody 0 for 1 tonight as he flied out to left field. They'll try to battle back from a 2-strike count. The Cardinals have 2 runners in scoring position. Rocori is going to play the infield up here. This increases the chances of the batter getting a base hit if he can put the ball in play. Fredine on 0-2. Inside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alexandria has scored twice in the bottom of the 3rd inning to knot this game up at 3-3. They've got 2 on board, both in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch from Fredine. Bounce to the left, or actually it's going to be in play. Out to right field, it's going to go on the fly. That will find the gap, and it's going to be an RBI double. Brody Edelman able to go the other way, and he hits one out to right center. The runners had to hold to make sure that the ball wasn't caught, but it just kind of was tailing away from the center fielder, Maddox. And the Cardinals, the second time through the order, are really getting to Max Fredine. Alexandria now takes a 4-3 lead, and the Cardinals still have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, that was a great swing right there, and able to score 1. But I mean, like set. Still no outs here, and Alexandria is seeing the ball real well right now.
As Brom Peterson was able to score on the Adelman hit, Owen Johnson went from second to third, or one from first to third on the double. First pitch to Griffin Wimmer is a ball, and it's 1-0. Next offering is in for a strike, evening the count at 1-1. Alexandria's first two batters had an infield single and a walk, and then a bunt single, and now a couple of hits to the outfield. And that's given the Cardinals the lead. Here's a bouncer up the middle. That's going to hold the runners. Now a throw to first, and it gets away from the first baseman. That's going to bring Nolan Johnson down from third. The Spartans commit an error, and Alexandria increases the lead. It's now 5-3 for the Cardinals.
Hey, take advantage of mistakes, and Alexandria is doing that in this inning. It's exactly what Coach Munch was preaching here in our pregame. So good job here on Alexandria. Some good hitting, just getting back on the ball.
Yep, Alexandria is doing a great job of putting the ball in play. No RBI for Wimmer as Rocori commits the throwing error. That will be charged to the shortstop, Hang. That allows Nolan Johnson to score Alexandria's fourth run of the inning. And now Evan Zabel, I think, may have bounced one off his foot down the third base line, and he is now on the turf briefly, now gets back up. That dog might be barking for a little bit there, but he's a tough guy, and we'll look forward to seeing the 0-1 pitch. Still nobody out, and runners at first and third for Alexandria. The Cardinals have turned a 2-run deficit into a 2-run lead. Next pitch on the way, and this is fouled back, and it's 0-2.
That was a big swing there from Evan.
The runner at third is Brody Adelman, and on at first is Griffin Wimmer. Alexandria with a 5-3 lead. Here's the next pitch, and it's beaten foul. So still 0-2. Evan Zabel got the Cardinals on the board, lining a double down the left field line to score Wimmer in the second inning. Alexandria has put the crooked number on the board here in the last of the third, and the Cardinals are hoping for more. Here's a fly ball deep left center field, and that one is up, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. Evan Zabel is going to move into second. It's going to be a 2-run double. 6 have come across in the bottom of the third inning, and Alexandria now takes a 7-3 lead.
That was a heck of a swing. I thought for sure that one was going to reach into the pond, but that was a great swing by Evan. He's got 3 RBIs now helping his case.
Yep, and Easton Clemic is going to come in as a courtesy runner here at second base, as Evan Zabel has a couple of doubles tonight, knocking in 3 runs along the way. Now we're going to have another conference here. Let's see if Rocori might be utilizing somebody else on the hill, as Max Fredine has really labored here in the last of the third inning. 7 consecutive Alexandria batters have reached. 6 have come across, and what was a 2-run Rocori lead entering the half inning now has Alexandria up by 4.
The most impressive thing is there's just been one error in this inning, one that you could go either way, but Alexandria is just getting hits, and I think that's what they've done so well this season. But the key hits here tonight is what's really impressive.
Yep, and Max Fredine is going to be lifted as the Spartans will bring in a different pitcher. I believe Mateo Ruiz is grabbing the ball here. He will be the pitcher here. So Fredine pitched 2 full, but he could not get a batter out in the bottom of the third. And in essence, Alexandria shelled him out of the game. 7 runs allowed for Fredine on a total of, I believe it's 6 hits. I'm trying to tally up here. Alexandria's had 3 doubles this inning, a couple of singles, and then the RBI double by Zabel last inning. So 7 runs allowed, 6 hits. To this point, the first 6 runs that Fredine has allowed are earned. He is responsible for the base runner at second, who happens to be the courtesy runner, Easton Clemic. So after Evan Zabel was pitching from a deficit. When he takes the hill in the top of the 4th inning, he will have a lead to work with.
Still trying to get that first out as well as Rocori, and you still got runner in scoring position here with Klimek over there at second in place for Zabel. So a really good opportunity still here for Alexandria.
As it will turn out, Max Verdeen threw 62 pitches and only getting 6 outs in tonight's game. The first batter that Mateo Ruiz will face will be Landon Gus Norling. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. First pitch is too far inside, and it's 1 ball and strikes. Of course, Rocori, having won its first 2 games of the year, the Spartans posted a pair of shutouts, so this is a very unusual spot for this year's Rocori team to be in, looking to come from behind. There's a pitch low and in, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, I mean, these are some of the most challenging games when you have a winning streak, especially, starting the season undefeated, no matter how many games. Getting that first time where you kind of get challenged, it's a tough thing for a team. And Alexandria's doing a good job being the team to challenge Rocori.
Now another pitch is inside, and it's 3-1. Seem a little bit behind the clock, so to speak, so we should let you know that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio on the Voice of Alexandria app, audio and video through the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. A big thank you to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of tonight's Alexandria baseball broadcast. Still nobody out. Runner at second and 6 runs in for Alexandria as the Cardinals lead 7-3. 3-1 the count now to Landon Gus Norling, and then he skies one in the air out to right center field. And this will be playable for the right fielder, Nolan Van Looy, who will make the catch. Easton Klimek, the courtesy runner, has to hold up at second base. So there is 1 out. And runner at second for Sam Wiseman.
Put a good swing on there. Was Landon Gus Norling just getting some decent contact there, but another good opportunity here with still a runner in scoring position for Wiseman.
Sam Wiseman 0 for 1 with a ground out to third in his previous plate appearance. First pitch on the way. This is rolled to the left side. Shortstop bobbles the ball. Throw to first will be in time. Oh, no, they say it's too late. My error there. On the play-by-play guy, as Sam Wiseman is able to reach, and that should be a second error for Rocori tonight.
Yeah, that one was a little bobbled right away by the shortstop. I thought he was going to make a close play, but yeah, it was a bang play there.
Now we're going to have Jackson Wilson batting again. Nolan Fettig is going to be in as a courtesy runner at first base for Sam Wiseman.
Great wrestling season for Fettig.
Yeah. Now holds the distinction of being the winningest wrestler in the history of the Alexandria Cardinals program. He's on first. Runner at second is Easton Klimek. So a couple of different non-starters, if you will, that are on the respective base paths. Jackson Waltzing with his second plate appearance this inning, and he takes inside for ball 1. Waltzing was able to reach on an infield single to start this uprising. Teo Ruiz delivers low and inside, and it's now 2 balls, no strikes. Alexandria has put a big number on the board, 6 so far here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now we got a pitch skied in the air, middle of the infield. Infield fly rule in effect, and the second baseman, Olmscheid, will make the catch. And there is out number 2.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the second baseman, number 5, Tyler Anderson.
Next batter, the 11th of the half inning, is Connor Anderson. Connor Anderson has been on base 2 times tonight.
Yeah, he got it started with a base. He was on base here in this inning.
And now he swings, lines one down the right field line, and that one's going to drop in for a base hit. Connor Anderson now 2 for 2. Coming around to score is Easton Klimek. Nolan Fettig will go from first to third on the play, and the Cardinals get a 2-out hit and now increase the lead. It's Alexandria 8, Rocori 3.
Yeah, good swing there from Anderson. Alexandria just taking advantage of some really good hitting opportunities, and we'll see if anybody's on the move here with 2 outs.
So the line on the starter Max Fordine is now complete. He ends up yielding all 8 of the Alexandria runs so far. Ron Peterson will step up now. He had a bunt single as part of this uprising earlier in the half inning. He takes low for ball 1. Alexandria now 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position in this game. And 9 of those plate appearances have come in this half inning. Next pitch on the outside corner from Ruiz. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, we're going to have a lot to talk about during our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. I teased that, and the tease, I think, occurred about 20 minutes ago. Here's the next pitch, and this one is bounced up the middle into center field. That will be a base hit. Nolan Fettig is going to come down to score. Stopping at second is Connor Anderson. It is now an 8-run bottom of the 3rd inning, and Alexandria takes a 9-3 lead.
Another just really good swing there. And Alexandria, I mean, they were the first team to put a run against Rocori, and now they put almost double digits up.
Well, we talk about our whiplash weather that we're going to be having over the next couple of days. Alexandria's put a snowman on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 3rd. The 13th batter of the half inning, Nolan Johnson, will now step in. First pitch on the way, and that is a foul tip. Actually went back to the screen, so the count is 1 strike. 0-1 to Nolan Johnson. He was able to reach a double, was able to score a couple of runs to tie the game up earlier in this half inning. Again, Alexandria entered the half inning down by 2 and now lead by 6 runs.
And, I mean, it started very well for Rocori. I mean, they were doing good things on the base pass. They were just trying to, get a couple of runs. But Alexandria, they just exploded here in this inning.
There's a pitch fouled off, and it's still 0 balls, 2 strikes to the Alexandria designated hitter, Nolan Johnson. He's DHing this evening for the center fielder, Zach Iverson. We've now moved past sunset, and the lights are now illuminating here at Canute Nelson Memorial Park. 0-2 pitch with 2 on board. That's high and away from Mateo Ruiz on in relief of the starter, Max Fordine. 1-2 with Connor Anderson at second, Brom Peterson on at first. Next pitch is too far in, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now the count. Pitch from Ruiz on the way. This one's bounced past the mound. Shortstop makes the play. Throw to first is not held. Another Rocori error, and that's going to allow Alexandria to score another run as Connor Anderson will come across, and it's now a 10-3 Alexandria lead.
Yeah, I mean, once you get that first error in the inning, and it's a long inning, everybody's just wanting to get back into the dugout to get a ball to you again, and maybe could have caught that one there at first. It's one of those unfortunate errors where it's going to be a throwing error, but you go either way. But Alexandria was just able to capitalize again. And this is going to make Coach Munch very happy here tonight.
Yes, it's now a 9-run bottom of the 3rd, and Brody Adelman will bat. Mateo Ruiz working out of the stretch with runners at the corners. There's a pitch fouled back to the screen, and the count is 1 strike.
Don't worry, I was tracking it, D-Mac.
Very good. So, 0 and 1 is the count. This is the second plate appearance this inning for Adelman, who was able to get on base with an RBI double. Now he swings and he lines one, and this is going to be caught by the shortstop. And that finally retires the side, and it's going to lead us into our mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Game was moving along at a pretty decent pace through 2.5 innings. Rocori was able to score single runs in each of the first 3 innings of batting. The first 2 came in on a wild pitch, and then later, Cooper Notch had an RBI single in the top of the 3rd to give Rocori a 3-1 lead. And then the bottom of the 3rd inning included a huge uprising for Alexandria. 14 batters came to the plate, and Alexandria would plate 9. Some key hits in that uprising. Nolan Johnson had a 2-run double to tie the game. Brody Adelman had an RBI double to put Alexandria on top. Later, Evan Zabel had a 2-run double of his own. And all told, the Cardinals batted 14 in the bottom of the 3rd, scoring 9. So the complexion of this game has changed completely. Through 3 full, Alexandria now leads by 7. That is your mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. We'll be back with the play-by-play at the top of the 4th inning next.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Would throw here.
We welcome you back to Canute Nelson Memorial Park, and like I mentioned, as part of our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report, the complexion of this ball game has changed completely after Alexandria scored 9 in the bottom of the 3rd inning to turn a 2-run deficit into a comfortable lead for Evan Zabel and the Alexandria Cardinals. Rocori had 3 errors, by the way, in that bottom of the 3rd inning when Alexandria scored 9 times. So the Cardinals now lead 10-3. A football-like score. And Noah Olmscheid will hit the first pitch to the right side. Second baseman Connor Anderson makes the play, and the throw to first is good for the out.
The hitting was incredible last inning. That was a super impressive first at-bat there for Alexandria, though. I mean, Zabel obviously had a 2-run knock, but he also had to sit there and not pitch for over 20-25 minutes or so, and comes out and gets a nice ground ball and then quick out.
And for Rocori to now make a comeback of its own, the Spartans cannot settle for single runs. They're going to have to put together a multiple-run uprising or more if they hope to close ground. Again, Alexandria with a 10-3 lead and 1 gone here in the 4th inning. Nolan Van Looy had a triple. This time he skies one out to shallow left field. Going back is the shortstop Brody Adelman, and he'll put it away. So on 3 pitches, Evan Zabel has accumulated 2 outs and a very good start, as JP mentioned, to the top of the 4th inning on the hill for Alexandria's senior right-hander.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so important to not have a big inning on defense not allow the other team to have a big inning on offense right after yours and get back onto the bats that are red hot. So hopefully you're 1 out away from doing that.
Catcher Charlie Upgren bats. Healthy cut, but no contact, and it's 1 strike. Upgren took a called 3rd strike against Zabel back in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Evan Zabel, the right-hander, winds up and deals. A swing and a miss on a nasty off-speed pitch. A bender there puts Upgren in the hole at no balls and 2 strikes.
His 2 wild pitches that allowed 2 of the runs here for Rocori tonight was something like that pitch right there, and he was finally able to get a chase.
So now 0-2 to Upgren. Next pitch is strike 3 call. It found the upper part of the strike zone, and on 3 pitches, Upgren is down on strikes in a very impressive top of the 4th inning, as Evan Zabel has his first 1-2-3 half inning. To the bottom of the fourth we go in varsity baseball. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard have Alexandria leading Rocori 10-3.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Juettner Motors, your best price dealer. Make your Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
We have a couple of defensive changes as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Max Fredin is back in on the re-entry rule. He will now play at first base defensively. And coming over from first base to the pitcher's mound is Grady Richards. So Mateo Ruiz is out after throwing one inning of work.
Alexandria is a very good team to have a left-handed pitcher on your roster against because they have quite a few left-handed hitters.
Yep, Griffin Wimmer is one of those out of four in the lineup, and he bats now. Works the count out to 2 balls and no strikes. Griffin Wimmer, Evan Zabel, and Landon Gus-Norling are the scheduled batters here in the last of the fourth. Of course, Alexandria feeling good with a 7-run lead, but they'd like to put some more offense on the board. And we get a pitch that's too far inside, so the first batter that the pitcher Grady Richards faces is walked.
Yeah, and look at Wimmer's night tonight. He's going to be officially 0-for-3 or 0-for-1 here tonight with 2 walks, and then he's got an error too. So he's been on base 3 times, but looking for that first hit.
And meanwhile, the gentleman at the plate right now, Evan Zabel, he's going to try to put one in play, and he does. Lining one to left field for a base hit, so the Cardinals have their first 2 runners on here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Already up by 7 runs. Zabel is now 3 for 3 at the plate tonight.
And he's gotten hits. Obviously, he's got a couple RBIs, and this one won't be an RBI, but he's got hits with people on the base paths too. So really good night for Zabel, who, it looked like it could be a longer day pitching-wise, but he's really calmed down pitching, and he's got a lot of run support, and some of it has been himself doing it.
And now a bunt attempt by Landon Gus-Norling up the first base line, fielded by the pitcher, throw to first, down the right field line. That's going to allow the batter to reach. Meanwhile, the other runners are going to move up an extra base. And the trailing runner, Easton Klimek, trying to go from first to third, is going to be thrown out, but Griffin Wimmer is going to come across with the Alexandria run, and it's now 11-3.
Yeah, another error there, and that's the tougher part about being that lefty. He had to kind of switch his body up a little bit to try to throw it to first. That was a perfect bunt, though.
Yep, Landon Gus-Norling will be credited with the bunt single, and then the overthrow by the pitcher is going to allow the Cardinals' Wimmer to score the run. And then Easton Klimek will be out, trying to advance from first to third on the bunt. I believe that's going to go 3-5 on the putout, 1 away. Sam Wiseman batting, I believe, and the pitch is 1 ball, no strikes. So now you've got a runner at first and 1 away. Pitch is outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Max Fredin got charged with the first 8 runs. Mateo Ruiz has given up 2 runs. I believe both of those will be unearned. And the run that the Cardinals have scored so far here in the bottom of the fourth inning, that is unearned at the moment. But depending on how the inning gets played out here, that could change. And now we've got a throw over to first base and the runner back in safely.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Alexandria, you want to keep this going, but also just play a clean rest of the game because it's early in the season. This is only your 5th game, so still trying to fine-tune some things. And base pass and base running is going to come in huge throughout this season, especially being upper class.
11-3, Alexandria, bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch outside, and it's ball 4, so now 2 batters have reached on once here in the last of the 4th inning. So you've got 2 runners on board, first and second. And I believe Nolan Fettig will come back in as a courtesy runner for Alexandria, running for Wiseman at first base. Wiseman 0 for 2 with a base on balls. He also reached on an error. So Waltzing will bat, 2 on board in the last of the 4th inning. Now we've got a ball hit out to left field, and that's going to be in for a base hit. This will score 1. Nolan Fettig is going to stop at third. It's going to be a double for Waltzing, and Alexandria takes a 12-3 lead. So Waltzing gets his second hit of the night. Again, our thanks to Quality Real Estate for bringing you the instant replays as you watch on our YouTube channel. Alexandria really is smacking the ball around, especially over the last couple of innings.
Yeah, what a swing there. 2 for 3 or 2 for 4 tonight now is Waltzing, and that was hit just perfectly.
Now Connor Anderson will bat. First pitch is outside for ball 1. And if you're Alexandria, you do not want to let up on the gas. You have the potential of shortening this game up if you can get a double-digit lead and carry it into the next half inning. You have the possibility of settling this in as few as 4.5 innings if the Cardinals can build that lead to double figures and keep Rocori down in the 5th.
Yeah, great opportunity here. Obviously, 1 out here with a couple of runners in scoring position.
It's a 2-ball, no-strike count to Connor Anderson, who has yet to be retired tonight. 2 for 2 with a base on balls. He takes the strike here, and it's 2-1. Your base runner is, the lead runner is Nolan Fettig at third base. Jackson Waltzing is on at second. Waltzing just delivered an RBI double. There's another pitch for a strike. And Grady Richards battling back against Connor Anderson with the count now 2-2. Infield up all the way around for the Spartans. Pitch on the way, and this one is going to be stopped off to the right side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rocori entered the game at 2-0, but the Spartans are in trouble tonight on the road. Alexandria leading by 9 runs. Pitch on the way, and this one's lined to the right side down the line. That's going to be in for a base hit. That's going to score a couple of runs. Connor Anderson speeding around second. He's going for third. He'll make it in with a sliding triple. 2 more runs come across, and Alexandria takes a 14-3 lead.
What a swing right there, too. Just shredded there on the right foul line, and Alexandria just continues to just put it on here, Rocori, and now they're up by 11.
Yeah, and that gives a little cushion for the Alexandria Cardinals entering the 5th inning. Rocori will now have to score a minimum of 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning to keep this game going, because again, with Alexandria possessing a double-digit lead, this game can now end on the mercy rule if Rocori does not score any runs or scores few runs. The Cardinals would like to hold Rocori to a run or less in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, there's no reason not to keep going, too. I mean, you still got a runner on third.
Yep. The batter now is Ron Peterson, works the count out to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch from Richards is a little bit low, and it's 2-2. And the Spartans are playing the infield up with the runner at third base and only 1 out. Now we got a pitch lined out into center, back deep, and it's going to be over the head of the center fielder. That's going to allow Connor Anderson to come down. Ron Peterson able to get his second hit of the night, actually third hit of the night. 3 successive hits with a couple of third-inning singles. Now a fourth-inning RBI double, and Alexandria takes a 15-3 lead.
Yeah, another rifle out to center field, hit the wall, and we're going to get a mound visit here. We'll see if there's another change in pitching. But Alexandria really getting the bats going here tonight, and I think this has got to feel good, too. I mean, Rocori and Alexandria played each other a lot in their history, and it always feels nice to beat them.
I know that going back to the first, I believe, full spring season when you and I were able to team up, Rocori ended Alexandria's baseball season, I believe, in a game that got stopped one day and carried over into another day where I was making a road trip out to Red Rocks out in Colorado. So you ended up, I believe, calling the remainder of that game down at the Municipal Athletic Complex, and it was only about 15 minutes.
Yep. It was a record 10-minute baseball game and 15-minute with pregame and pre-ish game and postgame there. And but yeah, that was an exciting season as well for Alexandria. Disappointing way to end their year, but a challenging weather delay there and having to redo that. And I think they had to start with runners in scoring position at Rocori. That was so. And that was a challenging one there. But that's a fun memory.
And now Nolan Johnson will step in to bat for the Cardinals. He becomes the 8th batter here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Alexandria has scored 5 more runs and now leads 15-3. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now we've got a pitch skied in the air. Foul territory. This one is going to stay in play, and the catch will be made by Blake Kelly, and there are 2 away. So runner at second base here for Brody Adelman. And if Rocori does not score a minimum of 4 runs in the top of the, actually it would be a minimum of 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning. Assuming Alexandria does not score any more, then the game will end after 4.5 innings. And of course, if Brody Adelman can come through with a hit to bring Brom Peterson around, that will force the Spartans to score even more in the top of the 5th. So Alexandria is in a good spot right now, especially with the Cardinals set to play both Monticello and St. Michael Albertville on Friday. They would love to get a mercy rule victory if it is there in their grasp, and at the moment it is. But they're not done working offensively in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 the count to Adelman. Now he skies one out to left field, and this is going to stay in play. Catch will be made by Polritz, and that's all for Alexandria. But the Cardinals for a second straight inning bat around, and will go to the 5th inning with a comfortable advantage. New numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard after 4 full. It now reads Alexandria 15, Rocori 3.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
For our radio audience, a little LTD to bring us back into our broadcast. Of course, not necessarily getting that on our YouTube channel, but you are getting the live video on our YouTube channel, courtesy of JP Boline, who's also joining me for our broadcast coverage tonight. And JP, really an impressive offensive showing, especially over the last 2 innings for the Cardinals.
Yeah, their bats woke up and kind of out of nowhere. They got a couple of runs early back in the 2nd, but that first, they went down quick. They had a long inning in the field, another decently long inning in the second, the top of the strikes were being thrown on Rocori's side, but Alexandria took advantage of runners in scoring position. And if you do that all year, you're going to have a great year.
So now Evan Zabel, with a comfortable lead to work with, has the opportunity to get a 5-inning complete game. Blake Kelly swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 1 strike. The next toss that Evan Zabel will have tonight will be his 60th through 4+ innings. Kelly is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Here's his next pitch, and that sails to the backstop. No harm done with nobody on base. Again, the Spartans down by 12, so for this game to move into the bottom of the 5th inning, Rocori needs to score 4 runs or more. So the fudge factor, actually 3 runs, or 12-run lead, so Rocori needs to get to at least 6 runs total, which would mean a 3-run 5th. Now we've got a pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Of course, Evan Zabel looking for 3 outs before Rocori can score 3 runs.
Yeah, and when he's throwing strikes, I mean, he's feeling it right now in the last 3 innings, but a couple of innings. But when he's throwing strikes, when he's on, he's a hard pitcher to hit.
I've got a pitch a little bit low, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Makes a batter nervous too, and he's a little unpredictable too. But he's been pretty good, well controlled. Obviously, a couple of runs scored off the wild pitches, but he's just trying to get the swing and misses there, and really no harm, no foul right now.
2-2 pitch from Zabel on the way, and it's low for ball 3. Evan Zabel has walked 3 batters tonight. He has recorded a total of 4 strikeouts. I believe each of the 4 strikeouts has been called third strikes. He would not mind getting one here, but it's a payoff pitch to Blake Kelly. Here it is, and it's too far inside. Kelly draws the leadoff walk. It's a promising start for Rocori, but the Spartans are going to need more base runners. Zabel has given up 2 hits in 4+ innings of work. A triple to Nolan Van Looy back in the 2nd, an RBI single to Cooper Notch in the 3rd, which at the time gave Rocori a 3-1 lead. That seems like it was almost a generation ago. Memorable for Alexandria, nightmarish for the visitors. There's a pitch in for a strike to Hain. Cal Hain tonight is 0 for 1 with a base on balls. Stolen base, and he has scored a run.
Yeah, he kind of created that first run here tonight. He stole a base and then kind of scored on the wild pitch as well. But
here's the next offering, and that one is laced foul to the left side, and the count is 1-2. Alexandria 15, Rocori 3. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The Spartans need to score a minimum of 3 runs here in the top of the 5th to keep this game going. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that the Cardinals would be up by a dozen over a good Rocori team in the 5th inning, but here we are. Over to first base and back in safely is Blake Kelly. Alexandria playing game number 5 of 2026. Rocori playing game number 3. The Spartans had not allowed a run in their 2 victories over Cloquet and Hutchinson. Different story tonight. Here's the next pitch in the dirt. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's also got to feel good if you're Alexandria getting your first, conference win as well against Rocori. That's got to feel good as well. Assuming they go on to win this.
Yeah, let's hope so. With this comfortable lead, and as I'm looking off to the western horizon, here's a pitch in for a strike called, and it's a strikeout for Evan Zabel. That will be his 5th on the night. 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. So Evan Zabel records a K of Cal Hain, and now the batter will be Caleb Maddox. Yep, Maddox in the game officially has not had an at-bat. Sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning, and then he drew a walk in the 3rd. He takes a pitch outside of the strike zone. It's ball 1. The observation I was making was looking off on the western horizon. Some heat lightning in the clouds right now. So that means that the change in the weather pattern is on the way, probably for later tonight. Now we got a pitch outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, it's that's beautiful nature to to say the least. But tomorrow and then Saturday, you're going to have a little big change, and then we'll have more similar weather as we saw the last couple of days next week, and it's just springtime, you could say.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the comparative temperature numbers as Evan Zabel delivers the strike. I believe in the 4 o'clock hour, before I was getting ready to head to the ballpark, in Halleck, Minnesota, it was 39 degrees, and down in Bemidji, it was 76. And that's in the northern part of the state there. So temperatures obviously warmer south of Bemidji. But that led me to believe that the cold front is parked not too far off to the north. Another strike to Maddox, and that evens the count out at 2-2. The Cardinals potentially 2 outs away from winning their 3rd game out of 5 this year and evening that conference record at 1-1. 15-3, the Cardinals have the lead. Here's the 2-2 offering, and it's swung on and pop foul over the first base fence down the right field line. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Zabel's done a good job when he's been under a little pressure here tonight. He's been able to get out, and then obviously, like we mentioned, that really long inning, almost a half an hour inning. Obviously didn't clock it 100%, right on the dot, but having to sit there, and he luckily was able to get a bat, but comes out and gets a quick inning. That's important too for the confidence of a pitcher and the flow too.
And now we've got another pitch pop foul out of play, so it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Caleb Maddox, the batter now. Cooper Knox scheduled to bat next for the Spartans. Potentially are down to their final 2 outs. Again, Rocori must score 3 runs or more in the top of the 5th inning to prolong this game. Alexandria's had a couple of big offensive numbers in the 3rd and 4th innings to take the lead. We've got a pitch low, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Get the feeling Evan Zabel is fully aware of the circumstances here, and he'd like to get his team across the finish line to make sure that they don't have to bat in the bottom of the 5th. 15-3, Alexandria with the lead. Payoff pitch is too far inside, and Maddox gets hit. Well, again, the Spartans need base runners, and you've had a walk and a hit batsman here. So now you have Cooper Notch coming to the plate, and Chris Kep is going to be out of the 3rd base dugout. He's going to have a few words with Evan Zabel. Don't know if we're going to have a change necessarily. It could be.
Yeah, I see somebody coming in from the outfield, so.
I don't know if it would be Zach Iverson who will grab a pitcher's glove and come out. That might be the case there. Or is it...
How about a round of applause for
Nope, you were right.
Zach Iverson.
Zach Iverson.
Coming to throw, Evan Zabel able to work into the 5th inning. 4 1/3 innings of work. He is in line to get the win. He ended up giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, both earned. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. He ended up walking 4 batters. He hit 1, and he struck out 5. Again, he's in line to get the W tonight if Alexandria can safely hold what is a comfortable lead. 12-run margin at 15-3. Of course, we're going to have different outfielders as well.
It looks like Zabel's going to go to first base.
Yeah, and I think Griffin Wimmer is going to the outfield.
Yeah.
So Evan Zabel will stay in the game, but now he'll go to the right side of the infield, and Griffin Wimmer will head to the outfield. We'll have to move Landon Guest Norling out to the center, and then have Wimmer in right field, take forward center field. But Wimmer, Landon Guest Norling, and Brock Peterson are your outfield tandem here for Alexandria. Zach Iverson is seeking to get 2 outs here before Rocori can score 3 runs or more. It is 15-3 for the Alexandria Cardinals. Our scoreboard updates brought to you tonight by Glenwood State Bank. Our next play-by-play broadcast, weather and playing conditions permitting, will be our first Alexandria Fast Pitch softball broadcast of the spring. A week from tomorrow on Friday, April 24th, Alexandria will host Section 8 rival Moorhead at the Alexandria Fast Pitch softball complex. That is scheduled to be a 5 p.m. start. Pregame coverage will be on the air at approximately 4:30 with the Juettner Motors pregame show.
It's going to be a couple of Alexandria girls hockey players that are be playing softball that might want that win a little bit more than other games.
Yeah, that's right. After what Moorhead did against Alexandria during the winter season, ending the Cardinals season in the Section 8 AA semifinals. Cooper Notch steps in to face right-hander Zach Iverson, trying to close the deal for the Alexandria Cardinals. Runners at first and second for the Spartans. Notch had an RBI single last time up. Takes upstairs for ball one.
And struck out here tonight, and he's been on base twice. He's stolen base as well.
Alexandria 15, Rocori 3, top of the fifth inning. Iverson kicks and deals a pitch that's in for a strike. 1-1 now to the batter Cooper Notch. Of course, Notch wants to get on board. Rocori must score multiple runs this inning. Spartans scored single runs in the first 3 innings, then got blanked in the fourth. Sandwiched around that 3 up, 3 down top of the fourth inning. Alexandria got a 9-run third and a 5-run fourth, and now we're going to have a game-ending double play. Bouncer out to Brody Adelman. He steps on second and throws to first to retire Cooper Notch, and this one is in the books as an Alexandria Cardinal win in 5 innings.
We say that for Culver's play of the game.
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to credit Zach Iverson for getting the 2 outs, or Brody Adelman for triggering the double play with the put out and an assist? We can go either way.
I think we go with the double play.
Okay, so Brody Adelman getting the game-ending assist on the double play there. That will become our Culver's play of tonight's game. And Alexandria's in the win column as the Cardinals go to 3-2 on the year, and the Spartans suffer their first defeat after a pair of victories. For our studio engineer, Jackson, and for our engineer on site, JP Boline, we are going to start combining some breaks here because we will have to do some catching up with the game ending in 4.5 innings. So for our engineers, we will go with the top 5th inning break, bottom 5th inning break, and we'll do top 6th inning. So it's basically about 3 minutes of sponsor messages from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters, and then we'll get into our Juettner Motors post-game report. But right now, along our platforms, let's enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage.
Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at...
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend. Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, this is Bob with Northside Collision Center. Having your vehicle's collision repair fixed can be a hassle and inconvenient. That's why people call us at Northside Collision Center.
763-3224.
Northside Collision.
We welcome you back to Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, and we're going to get rolling with our Juettner Motors postgame report. It comes to you, in essence, ahead of schedule because Alexandria was able to wrap up a victory in 5 innings tonight. The Cardinals defeat the Rocori Spartans by a score of 15-3. I do want to let you know that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. We have audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app, and we thank you for watching our video coverage tonight, the live stream with the KXRA play-by-play on our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. It's going to be an extended Juettner Motors postgame report because we'll have 3 dedicated breaks coming up as part of the postgame, including our conversation right now with our player of the game. And our player of the game interview segment is brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their selection the next time you visit their showroom located on West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, or you can shop online at qualitytoyota.net. The winning starting pitcher and our guest for the postgame is Evan Zabel, and he is our Quality Toyota Cardinal athlete. Evan, first of all, good evening, and great to be connecting with you once again. For those that are not watching the interview live, that are listening on the radio, what is your number when you suit up on game night?
Yeah, I wear number 25.
Has that been your uniform number throughout your varsity years? Were you wearing that last spring as well?
Yeah, I think I was 25 ever since sophomore year, I would say. So.
Okay. Any special allegiance toward 25 at all, or?
So back in the day, I've always been like the biggest guy, and the biggest jersey number that was always 25. And so, I've always just kept it ever since. Remind me of being a little kid. So, yeah.
I know that your team obviously had a big victory. Rocori came into this game not only 2-0 on the year, but the Spartans pitching had not allowed a run, and not only do you put up multiple runs, it ends up being a 15-3 victory. We'll talk a little bit about your work on the mound in a couple of moments, but I know you had some productive plate appearances tonight. I think 3 hits, including a run-scoring double to get the scoring underway. How comfortable are you feeling at the plate here?
I want to say those are my first hit balls I've hit in the outfield all year. I mean, my swings felt really good. I've kind of just been missing the ball, which, start off slow. I mean, that happens sometimes. But, I mean, tonight I think everyone's in a good groove, and it's good to be feeling good like that heading into a doubleheader tomorrow.
I think I mentioned to you off the air, the Cardinals had somewhere around 20 at-bats with runners in scoring position in this game and came through with 10 hits. I think a lot of Major League Baseball teams would like to have 10 hits with runners in scoring position over a series of 4 or 5 games, but you did this in 4 innings of batting. Were the bats as on fire tonight as they've been in a single game all year?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever hit that good. I mean, for sure when I was playing varsity baseball, but maybe even in my life. I mean, that was nuts. We'd have, that one inning, I think it was the bottom of the third, we scored 9. And our first 7 batters got hits, and I want to say 3 of them or 4 of them were doubles. So, it's just so much fun to go out there and play like that, especially after some slow games prior to that.
Your team was able to give you the offensive support in the final 2 innings of batting, but on the hill, you minimized the damage. I know Rocori did score single runs in each of the first 3 innings, but then, you pitched a 1-2-3 top of the 4th. How would you describe what you were able to contribute on the mound in this win?
Yeah, I started off a little slow, walking a few guys, missing the zone, but I felt really good with my stuff. My bullpen before the game I was feeling really confident. And then, just trying to fill it up, let my defense work. We had a few really good plays. I know Zach had a great catch in center, and Jackson had a pretty good play at third. So I just try and let my defense work and go up there and fill the zone.
I believe in the 5 innings of work, Alexandria did not commit an error. Has that been characteristic for your team in a number of games this year, or was this the best single-game defensive performance of the season?
I want to say it's pretty consistent throughout all of our games. Our infield is amazing. Unless I'm at first and if it's a little worse. But, I think everyone is really good at their glove, especially in the outfield. Everyone's really fast, good at tracking those balls. And it's a lot of fun to go up there on the mound and know that if the ball's in play, it's got a good chance of being an out. So.
We are getting together here with Evan Zabel, the winning pitcher for the Alexandria Cardinals. He also contributed at the plate with 3 hits. Alexandria would go on to defeat Rocori in 5 innings, 15-3. Handing the Spartans their first loss of the year. Regarding, in the bottom of the 3rd inning, after your team scored 9, you come out and you sent down the Spartans in order 1-2-3. In my mind, as JP and I were commentating in the game, that might have been the most important half inning because you didn't allow Rocori to get any momentum back. Are you able to share with us, kind of the vibe in the dugout as that 3rd inning was kind of blowing up in your team's favor, and then how important it was to be efficient in the top of the 4th?
Yeah, so I know for me at least, I gave up 3 runs in those first 3 innings, so I was really locked in, at the bottom of the 3rd there, trying to get as many runs as we can. And so I kind of got, the team around, and hey, we just put up a big number, but it doesn't matter if we go out there and stay loose and let balls go past us. So kind of just get the team, lock in and play their best defense. And I think that was probably the best pitch I've had in a while, was that half inning right there. So.
Yeah, it turned out to be a 1-2-3 inning. I think only 6 pitches or something like that. He set the side down in order, and then your team goes back to work offensively. What can you say about the lineup in general, Evan? Because again, the Cardinals got a lot of contributions from many different people here.
Yeah, I just like our depth. I think 1 through 9, even our kids on our bench, I have confidence in everyone to step up in the box and put a ball in play, hit it hard. And that's all you can do. Sometimes they fall, and sometimes they don't. Tonight we're getting some really good contact up the plate. So I just think the depth of our lineup is our biggest factor as a team. And, yeah.
Evan, you pointed out earlier in the conversation, a quick turnaround. You'll get some rest tonight, a little bit of classroom time tomorrow, and then you make the road trip. Monticello and St. Michael Albertville are now both common opponents for Alexandria in the Cardinals news section. As a player, what was your reaction when you found out that your postseason home was going to be different this year than it had been during your sophomore and junior years?
Yeah, I'm all open to new competition, and I feel like moving up to 4A for most of our sports, is great. And I think it's just a new challenge for us, and I think we're a really resilient team, and just we're gonna have a lot of confidence as a group, and go out there and do our best.
Do you think Alexandria can be a contender for a section title in baseball?
I believe if we're playing our best baseball, there's not many teams that can beat us in general. But I know that sounds pretty confident, but when we're having fun, I mean, like we saw tonight, I guess to have a good number, I didn't know that. That was pretty cool. So to go put 15 up on them in 5 innings, I mean, that was just a blast. And kind of shows when we're hot. I mean, not a lot of teams couldn't stop us. So.
Very good. Evan, before we let you go, I know that commencement for you is coming up in the not-too-distant future. Are you able to share with our viewers and our listeners, is the University of North Dakota your future college home?
Yep, I'll be going there next year playing football. And, yeah, pretty excited. I move away pretty soon, but, yeah.
When it comes to getting involved with the Fighting Hawks football program, does that start pretty soon, like in the month of June already, or is it even later on than that?
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to stay home, enjoy my summer a little bit, so I picked a later move-in date of June 14th. So
okay, yeah.
I got about 2 weeks of, hanging out with friends, and then I'm off and, ready to start working. I'm super excited to go up there. It's a great place. The coaches are amazing, so super excited to get to work.
What has impressed you about the school and then about the Fighting Hawks football program?
Yeah, so the school, I've been there on a few visits prior to my commitment, and I just heard that from everyone that the academics are great, and that's what I was looking for in a college, is really good academics. So that's a huge factor, and then just the facilities. They play in the Alaris Center. It's an amazing stadium, and then they got a brand new weight room, practice facility, locker room. It's really pretty cool, and the coaching staff is amazing. They've been really nice to me throughout my entire recruiting process, and we're a big part of my decision.
Very good. Evan, I'll speak to you briefly as we get into the next break here, but congrats to you and the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. Always good to catch up with you, and good luck this weekend down again the Montecito St. Michael.
Yes, thank you.
There is Evan Zabel, our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete player of tonight's game. Opening segment of our postgame report. It's going to be an extended postgame presented to you by Juettner Motors in Alexandria. Again, for our studio engineer and our on-site engineer, we'll go with the bottom 6th, top 7th break next. Combine those, and we're back with more of our Juettner Motors postgame after this timeout.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, this is Bob with the North Side Collision Center. Having your vehicle's collision repair fixed can be a hassle and inconvenient. That's why people call us at North Side Collision Center.
763-3224.
Northside Collision.
Welcome back to Arnie Bacchus, Glenwood State Bank Field, inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, where much of the crowd is now dispersed after a 15-3 victory for the Alexandria Cardinals in 5 innings. This is our Juettner Motors postgame report. Our thanks to Jake, Joe, Mark, and the entire team at Juettner Motors, and congratulations to Juettner Motors on 50 years of service to the Alexandria community and West Central Minnesota. Juettner Motors started in 1976, so 50 years of being involved in the Alexandria community. Congrats to Juettner Motors on that special notation. JP Boline, again, a real nice win. It was looking like for a time tonight it was going to be a bit of a struggle, as Alexandria's offense was fairly quiet during the first inning of batting, and then a little bit of noise provided by our post-game guest as Evan Zabel was able to swing the bat to get an RBI double. But I would guess the Cardinal coaches would love to bottle up the bottom of the third inning and the bottom of the fourth inning. They probably won't see anything like that replicated all year long, at least not anything exactly like that. But, you know, you bat 14 in the bottom of the third inning to score 9 times and get the lead. And then you bat around again in the bottom of the fourth to tack on 5 more. And, you know, especially with the potential of playing 2 7-inning baseball games on Friday now, very important for Evan Zabel and then later on Zach Iverson to finish up to make sure that that game did not find its way past 4.5.
Yes. It was just a really great inning. Or a really great game for Alexandria. Like you said, just a little bit of a slower start. They got to see the pitcher a little bit early. We weren't catching up to him too much, but then they saw something. I don't know if they picked up on whether it was pitch tipping or whatever, but just a switch flipped and they were able to get on base a couple of times, with walks. But the hitting, that's always going to be the outlier when you look at blowout wins. Were you hitting, or was the pitcher not throwing strikes? And Alexandria was hitting, and they were hitting really well against 3 pitchers. So, they didn't get stunned or tied up against one individual pitcher. It was just an impressive all-around win, all-around game, especially for Evan Zabel, who he had 3 big hits and was great on the mound as well. And I just go back to that long inning where Alexandria put up 9 in that inning, and then they come back and have a 6-pitch
top of the fourth.
Yeah, and that kind of pitching and that kind of baseball is going to win a lot of games.
Yep, Alexandria would have the 9-run fourth and the 5-run fifth, and Rocori would not score any more after the top of the third. The Spartans did have a 3-1 lead after 2.5, but that quickly disappeared as Alexandria closed out by scoring the last 14 and getting the victory. 15 runs, 14 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base for the Alexandria Cardinals. Rocori, 3 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Spartans, and Rocori would end up leaving a total of 3 runners on base. Our post-game guest, Evan Zabel, is the winning pitcher. The Rocori starter, Max Fredin, allowed the first 8 runs to score, and he gets saddled with the loss. Rocori begins its conference schedule with a defeat. The Spartans are now 2-1 on the year after starting the year with a pair of shutout wins. Alexandria has alternated victories and defeats so far. Win-loss, win-loss, win. So the Cardinals are now 1-1 in the Central Lakes Conference, and an overall record now at 3 wins and 2 defeats. This is the post-game report presented to you by Juettner Motors of Alexandria. We'll come back and share some of the numbers as to how Alexandria was able to put together this 15-3 baseball win over Rocori after this timeout.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Presented to you by Juettner Motors of Alexandria. The Cardinal varsity baseball team wins big over the Rocori Spartans. The Spartans not only suffer their first defeat, but a very good Rocori baseball team is going home after being 10-run, as Alexandria was its most lethal offensive self tonight. The Cardinals unofficially in this game had 20 at-bats with runners in scoring position and came through with 10 hits. That's how you when you get big rallies such as scoring 9 runs in the third inning and 5 more in the fourth, that's part of what happens when you get hits with runners in scoring position. JP Boline and D-Mac back with you. And JP, I think you mentioned it earlier in our postgame report, just the way that the Cardinals were not only collecting singles, but they were getting a lot of extra base hits. I think, you had several doubles in the game. I think you had a triple in the game later on in the, I think Connor Anderson was able to hit that ribby triple in the bottom of the fourth inning. So it's almost like the entire lineup for Alexandria got contagious offensively, and I think everybody was able to reach base in this game, and everybody that was able to bat, was either reaching base, and then you had other people that were able to score a run. Again, I'm sure that Coach Munch and his players have to feel very good about what they accomplished here.
Yeah, and not only, something we haven't talked about just because they put up 15 runs was the defense, too. The defense was great. I mean, there was no close calls for errors. There was no errors. They played a clean sheet and made a couple of really nice plays in the field. And this is about as complete of a game that Alexandria can play. And as Evan Zabel said, I mean, if they play like this, it's going to be It's going to be hard for a lot of teams to beat this Alexandria baseball team.
Yeah, and, to the Cardinals' credit, Evan, he didn't have a lot of strikeouts. I think he ended up with 5 in the game, 4 walks and a hit batsman. He only gave up a couple of hits, but yet in spite of the 3 bases, and again, it wasn't a big amount, but Alexandria's defense played well. They played an errorless game, and then to wrap up the game, they turn a double play. So, I think the Cardinals did probably 3 of 3 things well, and if you know Coach Munch well enough, he'll say 3 different aspects of the game: pitching, hitting, and playing defense.
Yeah.
He says if we do 2 of those 3 things well, we should win the game. Mm-hmm. And I would think tonight the check mark has to go on all 3 boxes because with Evan Zabel and then later Zach Iverson, they pitched well, they obviously hit well, and they fielded well too. Anytime you can go 3 for 3 in those categories, you have to be feeling good.
Absolutely. And, Evan Zabel's, his walks, they were limited, but they really weren't anything too bad. He didn't really get into too much trouble. The runs that Rocori did score, they kind of, they made those runs on the base paths. And, Evan he did his homework, as we mentioned early in the broadcast, he was paying attention to them. But, Rocori's a good team. They're going to be fast. They hit well. And they kind of got shell-shocked here tonight against the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, and again, Rocori is going to win a lot of games before this season is done. This is not characteristic of what the Spartans are capable of playing. I think it's just a hiccup.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're Alexandria, you try to package this up, and you know, hopefully you can replicate it once or twice tomorrow. Again, assuming that the weather does not interfere with the progression of those games down in Monticello and in St. Michael. You know, hopefully the Cardinals can get a little momentum going, because you know, the schedule's really going to ramp up. As Jake Munch mentioned, it's a 23-game regular season schedule, so they've got 5 in the books, but they still have almost 80% of their season to go before they get to the playoffs.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you got to fine-tune some things, and you know, when you're leading by this many throughout in a game, it's the perfect time to do that, and I think they did a great job. A lot of times teams, you know, when they're leading by so much, they'll kind of get a little lazy, get a little sloppy at times. And Alexandria just didn't show that. They had fun, they played great, and they're going to try to keep that going hopefully tomorrow.
A couple of notes regarding how productive the Alexandria offense was tonight. Again, they had a few players on my score sheet that reached by errors, and when you reach by an error, that is being charged with an at-bat, but no hit. But still, Alexandria had 3 players with 3 hits apiece. Connor Anderson in the number 2 spot in the order, Ron Peterson in the number 3 spot in the order, and Evan Zabel batting 7th. Zabel was 3 for 3, Connor Anderson 3 for 3, Ron Peterson was 3 for 4. At the top of the order, Jackson Waltzing had a couple of hits of his own, and then a hit for Nolan Johnson, a hit for Brody Adelman, a hit for Landon Guest-Norling. Sam Wiseman didn't get a hit. He walked once. He reached base on an error once. And that's another hidden thing. With all the offense, JP, that the Cardinals had, they did not have very many empty trips. 2 strikeouts of the first 3 batters for Max Fredine, and then Rocori never had a strikeout of any batter for Alexandria the rest of the night.
Wow, I mean, that's just good hitting, and that's just good awareness of, runners in scoring position. You got to get the bat on ball, and they're doing a lot of that here tonight.
So 15-3, the Cardinals get the victory over Rocori in 5 innings. One more break ahead, and then we're back to wrap things up from Canute Nelson Ballpark in Alexandria as our Juettner Motors postgame show continues.
Drum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Drum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, We're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar.
We return one final time to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field, inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria for our Juettner Motors postgame report. Alexandria 15, Rocori 3 in 5 innings as the Spartans suffer their first defeat of the year. Rocori gives up its first runs of the year, and Alexandria would score a single run in the second, 9 in the third, and 5 in the bottom of the fourth inning to put the game out of reach. Now ahead for the Alexandria baseball team, a trip down to Wright County tomorrow. It's basically the Saturday schedule that got moved up ahead. In fact, Alexandria's boys tennis team is also scheduled to be in Wright County tomorrow. Saturday tennis competition moved ahead to Friday because of what's expected to be a miserable weather day on Saturday. I don't know if Friday's weather is going to be much improved, although the colder air will be getting to east central Minnesota a little bit later than what we'll encounter in the west central part of the state. First, Alexandria will play at Monticello at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at Monticello. Then a road trip down to St. Michael to face St. Michael Albertville at 5. I believe for the Bemidji Lumberjacks, they're doing the opposite. They'll play St. Michael Albertville at 2 o'clock tomorrow and then head west to play Monticello at 5 p.m. So 4 common opponents in the section all getting together down in Wright County tomorrow. And JP, your final thoughts on, not only tonight, but what's ahead for this Alexandria baseball team?
Well, how do you not get excited about watching this Alexandria team after tonight? I mean, 15 runs, they put up a 9-run inning, another 5-run inning, really just a great complete game here tonight. And what a way to open up our broadcast season with the Cardinal baseball, and what a way to open up Canute Nelson Ballpark with us as well. I mean, for us, I'm saying. It's been open, but
right.
It was a beautiful night tonight, and still pretty nice, a little chillier than it was.
Yep, very good. Well, JP, great to connect with you for baseball and softball this spring. Hopefully my demeanor did not rankle you to the point where I get to be a guest of yours over on Z99 tomorrow morning around 7:20 for the Two Average Joes sports conversation, but great to work with you again.
I look forward to it. We'll see you bright and early.
There is JP Boline, my broadcast partner for Alexandria Cardinal baseball and fast pitch softball all throughout the spring of 2026. Our next game broadcast scheduled to be on Friday, April 24th. Alexandria softball at home with Moorhead. Pregame at 4:30. Game time to follow at 5. Special thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage who helped to bring you our play-by-play of Alexandria varsity baseball from Canute Nelson Ballpark tonight. Special thanks to Jake Munch and his staff for the accommodations, allowing us to head upstairs to broadcast in the great outdoors. What a vantage point this was, and again, we got to see Alexandria play an excellent baseball game as well. Jackson has been our KXRA radio studio engineer back at Master Control. Thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters who helped to bring you our broadcast coverage. Earlier tonight in the junior varsity game, Rocori came back for an 8-inning victory over Alexandria 4-3, but the Cardinals make a comeback of their own in the varsity game. Down 3-1 entering the bottom of the third inning, Alexandria scores 14 times and ultimately wins the game in 5, 15-3. For JP Boline, this is D-Mac Dave McClurg saying so long from Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria.